Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my new P.U.N.K deck that I have built out of the Grand Creators booster box. All these cards are cheaper to build on TCG Player than actually going out and buying Grand Creators booster box and trying to piece this together. Now in the new set of Grand Creators, you have three different decks that come out. One is I think Insectors. The other one's is P.U.N.K, and the other one's is Exo Sisters. And the Brave engine can go with either one of those decks. But today we're going to be talking about the P.U.N.K deck. So let's start with the main deck. So for our P.U.N.K monsters, we start off with 3 Yugioh. This guy is very important because he's essentially your polymerization. With this guy, you can pay 600 life points, use two P.U.N.K cards from your hand or field, and you can fusion summon a monster. You can pay 600 life points, fusion summon one P.U.N.K fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as materials. So you're going to want to use this guy when you want to fusion summon a monster. Next, I run 2 of the no P.U.N.K. Every P.U.N.K monster is Earth, level 3, and a Psychic, except for a couple of them. This one's your tuner, so when you want to synchro summon a monster, you can use this as a tuner. But they all have this. You can pay 600 life points, add one P.U.N.K monster from your deck to your hand, except for no P.U.N.K. Then I run 1 Yugioh P.U.N.K. Her effect is you can pay 600 life points, add one P.U.N.K spell from your deck to your hand. And that's basically her thing. Next, I have 1 Yugioh P.U.N.K, Madam Spider. Her effect is pay 600 life points, add one P.U.N.K trap from your deck. And these are your main boss monsters. No P.U.N.K Ogre Dance. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can make this card gain attack equal to your opponent's monster original attack till the end of the turn. It's really cool. What's also cool is with anyone, if you special summon a level 3 Psychic, you can actually tribute 1 P.U.N.K to special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute 1 P.U.N.K monster, special summon this card from your hand. And then 1 Foxtail, or 1 Foxy Toon. Her effect is once per turn, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can gain life points equal to that monster's original attack. Pretty basic effects. Next, you have your P.U.N.K support. I run 3 Psychic Wielder. Now, when you special summon a P.U.N.K monster or a level 3 Psychic monster, you can special summon these cards from your hand. This one and this one too. Psychic Tracker. And they're all level 3 psychic monsters. Next, I have Risen Bell, the Star Adjuster. This card is useful. If you special summon this monster, you can change the level of one monster, making it easier for you to synchro summon a monster from your extra deck. So this guy is important when you want to synchro summon a monster. Next, I run 3 Neon, or Nyan. Also a level 3 psychic. When she's in your graveyard and a level 3 monster is special summoned, you can special summon her from the graveyard. Next is our spell cards. We run 3 emergency teleports. These all come in the Grand Creators booster box. They're rare, so they're easy to get. Basically, you can special summon a level 3 or lower psychic monster from your hand or deck, but you have to banish it at the end of the turn. Then we run 3 of the P.U.N.K Crash Beat. Basically, if your opponent activates a card or effect that targets your P.U.N.K monster, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Now, what's cool about these effects is that they're continual, and if they pop these cards, they have a pop effect. So on the bottom, it says, if this card is in its owner's spell or trap zone, is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can activate this effect. This turn, your opponent cannot target P.U.N.K monsters you control with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So that's pretty cool. If they pop these, it activates an effect. Something you don't see. Now this card looks similar, but it's different. It's also a continuous. And it's P.U.N.K Wild Picking. At the start of your damage step, if a P.U.N.K monster battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster. And it says, if this card is in its owner's spell trap zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can activate this effect. P.U.N.K monsters you currently control cannot be destroyed by battle. So this one and this one go hand in hand. They're both continuous. If they pop them both, your monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects or battle. Next, for our traps, run 3 Solemn Strike. Everybody pretty much knows this, but if you don't, when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, pay 1,500 life points, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. These cards are becoming more important as most decks deal with very heavy effect monsters, and this usually breaks their board or disrupts their plays. Then we have 3 of the Nashari Surprise. It's a trap card. Target one set card your opponent controls, or if you control a P.U.N.K monster, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls instead and destroy it. So this is basically a trap MST. For someone who doesn't have a P.U.N.K monster, you can use this in your deck as a trap MST. But if you do control a P.U.N.K monster, it has an added effect, and that's you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. So that's pretty cool. Next, I run 2 Torrential Tribute. When a monster is summoned, destroy all monsters on the field. Kind of like a dark hole trap. This one right here is Dangerous Gabu. It's like you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like a free Solemn Strike. But if you control a punk monster, then if you control a punk monster, gain life points equal to that target's monster original attack. Now, I would get this one. These are the ones you can add to your deck. Doesn't matter which deck you have. If you want a free Solemn Strike, this guy right here, to any deck. And they're sleeping on this card because no one really reads it, but it's a free Solemn Strike. So that's pretty cool right there. For my extra deck, I have 3 Yugioh P.U.N.K Rising Carp. Very easy to summon. Just need 2 punk monsters. Contribute this fusion summon card. Special summon up to 2 punk monsters with different names from each other from your hand or deck, except level 8 monsters in defense position. If you synchro summon using this card as material, you can target 1 punk monster you control. It makes a second attack during each battle phase this turn. You can only use this effect of Yugioh P.U.N.K Rising Carp once per turn. I mean, with 1,000 attack, you're really not going to be able to do that. So, you're basically using that one to special summon this one. 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to number of level 3 psychic monsters with the different names you control in your graveyard. That's a pretty cool effect, because by the time you special summon this card, you're going to have like 4 or 5 punk monsters in your graveyard. So you're gonna be able to pop that many cards from your opponent. That's basically the entire deck right there. It looks pretty fun. It might need a few tweaks. It relies a lot on level 3 psychic monsters. I think with the future, you can possibly make it stronger. Is it better than Charmers? Come on, guys. I'm a Charmers guy. Doesn't even compare. But it's a nice little alternative deck. It comes in Grand Creators. And if you're sick of playing the same old deck, you could play this one instead. So, thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Thank you guys.